let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Can you send me a newspaper every day, man, so I can read it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But I'll do what I can.
I mean, I'll pay for the newspaper or whatever.
No, I can. You can have a newspaper.
Yeah.
But you just need somebody to get it to you.
Yeah.
So how would you get it? Not by mail, but do they bring people newspapers in the jail?
Well, what they do is it'll be like by mail almost. I mean, all I know is that I can have reading materials. I haven't asked, but I will ask if you want me to. But I can have reading materials. There's just nothing left in the library. Everything's already checked out except the Bible they brought me, so, you know.
Okay.
Was the bed made?
No, I was sleeping in that bed. How would the bed be made if someone's sleeping in the bed? I wasn't the only one sleeping in it. But how would me and his son, how would the bed be made if we were in the bed sleeping? They've been on me for 6 months. They haven't left me alone for 6 months. I've been the main focus. They just need to move on and look for the right person.
That's what her mom told me, that she has that tattoo, and you paid for it, and paid for one for your cousin. She had her boyfriend tattoo.
I did not pay for her tattoo, and I didn't pay for my cousin's tattoo. My cousin paid for her own tattoo, and Misty paid for her own tattoo.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to figure that out.
Yeah, I appreciate it, because I did not pay for them tattoos.
Okay. I know it's off topic, but Art, what tattoo?
Missy has a tattoo on her lower back. Nancy got it the last few weeks, and the name on the tattoo is Ronald. It's of her ex-husband, which is a little strange, coming in the middle of, or after their divorce, and certainly, though, it's in the middle of their new, quote, drug partnership. I mean, they were together in a business deal, my sources are telling me, he was getting drugs for the deal and passing them out. She was calling her contacts. This was a family affair.
Okay, Art, what can you tell me about Misty Crosland's father? You just spoke to him. Look, forget about the drugs, all right? That's just a tool to find out what happened to Haley. Right. What did the father say about Misty Crosland?
He was shocked, Nancy, that she has been accused of being, quote, the ringleader behind the alleged mastermind. She said she's not a leader of anything.
Wait a minute. Put Harris back up. That is a video of her we were just showing you in court, where they ask her, how do you make a living? She says, what do you do? She says, nothing. How did the parents think she lived?
Well, he did say that if she was dealing drugs, she was only trying to, quote, help out some friends, Nancy, and it was really a rationalization. As far as Tommy, her brother, goes, I talked to his wife, Lindsay. She says Tommy is not a criminal, he's an addict. She's been trying to get him to rehab. The program that she tried is $8,700 a month. She doesn't have the money. She could get him committed for 72 hours, but he would get out and want more hydrocodone.
Out to the line, Susie, Ohio. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, dear. What's your question?
Okay, since the beginning I've wondered about this. Do you think something maybe accidentally or on purpose happened to Haley before Ron went to work? But he went to work anyway to establish his alibi, because we already know hers is that she was sleeping. Because it's awfully strange, they're divorced. They've never went after each other. It's almost like they're sharing a secret, and now they're drug buddies.
You know, Susie, as you started the question, I was all set to say, no, I really do not think Ronald Cummings had anything to do with it. I still don't. My gut says no. But what you're saying about their ongoing association is extremely puzzling. You know, you've got a good point. What about it, Bethany Marshall? Dr. Bethany joining us from LA, author of Deal Breakers.
I think the problem here and what creates this dysfunction and this ongoing connection between the two of them is that Ronald Cummings lacks big picture thinking. He left his children in the hands of someone who was dealing drugs and perhaps using them herself. That's lack of big picture thinking. He thinks that if he commits vigilante justice, justice will be served. But then who's going to parent little Junior? He won't be available to his own child. He went and dealt drugs, but he didn't think that he would be caught. That's lack of big picture thinking. And what I would really advise him at this point is that he find a trusted friend or advisor, perhaps even his attorney, who can help him think through these various situations. I think that is the only help to be had for this family system at this point, and perhaps he can lead the charge towards greater sobriety and better judgment.
Well, believe me, he's going to get sobriety behind bars. To you, Peter Odom, what do you think the prosecutor's plan is? And what do you make of this video and audio cops say they've got of every one of these deals?
Nancy, this evidence that's been collected is very typical of drug task force type investigations. It sounds like it's solid evidence, very hard to overcome. The police know that they have a solid case against these two, and they're going to be trying very hard, as Jason Ocean said, to squeeze everybody, to not only give up higher drug dealers, but to get information about the disappearance of this little girl. This is a power play. And unfortunately, Ronald and Misty played right into the police's hands here.
To Pat Brown, criminal profiler, author of Killing for Sport, do you think she even remembers what happened?
Absolutely, and I think Ronald is pulling her strings. I have to agree with the caller and disagree with Bethany Marshall. I think Ronald is a criminal, pathologically lying psychopath who is controlling his girlfriend. After all, this is a guy who said he would go out and kill people to get them back for doing something to his child, but he won't even beat up his girlfriend to find out why she's lying about what happened to her. He is controlling her, and he's probably very afraid of what she's going to say in that jail cell. I don't think he's thinking she's going to crack and he's going to get some information. I think he's worried that she will crack.
So you think that he was part of it?
I do. I don't believe that this kind of guy would have backed her all this time.
Liz, pull me that 911 sound of Ronald Cummings. To me, this sounds so genuine. I see that you're smiling. You're not lying. Why?
Because this man is, I have seen psychopathic behavior all along with this man. He said, he stood in front of the cameras. I remember it was Geraldo, I think. He said, I have never dealt drugs in my life. I am not that kind of guy. Hello. Of course he's that kind of guy. He's always been that kind of guy. He is a pathological liar who is a good actor and a good manipulator. He knew exactly what he was doing on that tape. I don't think any of that's true. I think he knew it happened. He's covering it up, and I think he's got his little girlfriend, ex-wife, whatever you want to call her now, drug-dealing friend who he supposedly should be really angry at and furious at and not want to have anything to do with her. He's got her in his hands.
Okay, you take a listen to the 911 tape.
Okay, sir, let me talk to your wife. Let me get some information from her. Okay. Can I talk to her? Okay.
I just got home from work. My 5-year-old daughter is gone. I need somebody to be here now. I'm telling you.
Listen to me. We got 2 officers.
If I find whoever has my daughter before y'all do, I'm killing them. I don't care. I spend the rest of my life in prison. I'm telling you, you can put it on record and I don't care.
Okay, it's okay, sir. We got him on the way. Okay, can you give me what kind of description of those 2 jumpers that she was wearing? The officers are going to come out there and do what they can. We can't have him screaming and yelling at the officers whenever they get there, okay?
Eleanor, I've got 10 seconds to break. Do you think he's lying? You heard the 911.
It doesn't sound like he's lying, but what's interesting to me is when he said, how can you let my daughter get stole?
Everybody, we are taking your calls live very quickly. Tonight's NG Family album. Here are some photos of the twins. Now,